What's up, guys? It's Maul Strikes back here with Fortune from Jackalmen Games, and we're bringing you a segment where... What are we doing, James? We're playing...
Well, I've built a deck that I think is going to be pretty strong, at least starting out with the new Across the Galaxies meta, which is Vader, Jawa, Thrawn Palace, and Retribution. So this deck is less about giant dice and more about making it punishing for your opponent to throw their dice out. Eric also has a deck he thinks is going to be pretty strong in the meta.
Yeah, I'm playing Thrawn and Snoke. I feel like, I've seen this deck being played a lot towards the end of the season, like Sword Championship season and such. And, I enjoy being able to go, this is a TIE Fighter, more like the deck right now is super fast. It's able to consistently throw out 4 TIE Fighters turn 1 or get Hellfires out to do a crap ton of damage. And it kind of, focuses more on your opponent's hand, getting you ahead, obviously, by dice. And, I think it brings Thrawn Snoke to a whole new level, honestly.
Yeah, the version that you're playing right now is the Swarm build with the TIE Fighters and just tons of cheap stuff that you can throw down and have a million dice out. So it's going to be real interesting to see how Vader adds up against it.
True that. This is going to be more of a friendly kind of game, like we're testing out and everything. I've been playing this for about a week and a half, 2 weeks or something like that, off and on. We've been kind of busy, and we had put that together tonight. So I haven't got to play against Vader yet, and he hasn't got to play Vader yet, of my knowledge. So you'll hear us, talking through plays and things of that nature. But we already rolled off, and Vader rolled 6, and I rolled a 3. And that's all that mattered.
So we ended up on Thrawn Palace, which is a new battlefield. For those that don't know, it has a power action. Gain a resource, and if I spot a neutral character, which is the Jawa, I get to take another action after. I also have the Retribution plot, so anytime that one of my... Is it any character die? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Any one of my 3 character dice get removed, I deal a damage for it.
Which is insane. But... I think that's about it, and I think we're about ready to play.
One last thing, just to note, we are playing on this brand new table for the first time. This is actually...
I got it right here.
As you can hopefully see over there, I'm not sure exactly where the camera is, provided by Jackalmen Games.
Shout out to Ashton.
Yep, ran down basically to Orlando to hang out with Ashton and do a tournament there. Anyways, we'll go ahead and get started. I am first player. I think that it's important for me to go ahead and build up on some resources. So I'm going to go ahead and use the power action on the Royal Palace, so I gain a resource and get another action. And then I'm going to go ahead and use the Jawa for what he's good for, and use Resourceful, which allows me to exhaust a gray character and gain a resource.
That is insane. That's a... Man, you can turn 1... I don't like it.
Oh, yeah, Mr. 8 resources, turn 1 over there.
Okay, listen. Alright, so I'm going to start off by playing... As I have foreseen, with Ambush, I get to look at an opponent's hand.
There's a couple of good things for you to get rid of with Thrawn's ability, so...
Okay, just so everybody at home can see, he has an Ancient Lightsaber, a Force Illusion, Overconfidence, and Hidden Motive. That's a tough one. I don't want the damage to come down on Vader and be able to heal up, but I also don't want him to be able to get rid of my Thrawn dice, because that kind of hurts my plans. I don't know. It's between Overconfidence and for me, it's between Overconfidence and Ancient Lightsaber. I feel like being able to prevent the 2 heal and the damage is a lot better, and hopefully you'll either keep these in your hands. I know they're there for next turn, or I just have enough good plays to be able to play out of it.
Right.
So
I don't know if you've got it in your hand currently, but I do know that you run Probe, so if you get rid of the upgrade, you might be able to Probe with 2 more cards out of my hand. We'll see.
So with my Ambush action, I will roll in Thrawn, and I will call 2. And I rolled a 2 Disrupts.
Disrupt. Ooh.
So guys, just so you know, my Thrawn dice does not like to roll resources at all. He just ain't about that life.
Alright, so we're going to roll in Big Papa Vader.
Big Papa Vader.
Come on, 8 damage. Straight out the gate. Let's go.
God, no.
Well, 4 damage, 2 resources.
I don't like it. See, this is where this sucks.
You can mitigate me, but you're going to take some damage and it's going to come back out anyway.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to activate Snoke here, because even if you do 4 here, I have more turns with Thrawn to be able to build a board state. So I feel like it has to come at Thrawn, and then Thrawn's still at 10 health. So I'm not in that bad of a situation yet. So I think we're just going to roll in Snoke. And I got the 1 focus and the 2 indirect. So
alright, I think that I'm going to go ahead and resolve a 4 damage on Thrawn.
Okay, 2 to my shields, and then 2 damages. Alright, so I'm going to do what any real American would do, and I'm going to focus to a double focus. To go ahead and get rid of that overconfidence in your hand.
Okay, so I've got a really interesting thought here. I can overconfidence both of your dice. You have a 1 in 6 chance of one of them landing back on the resources. Or I can overconfidence one of them, leave you the 4 resources that you're going to gain, and overconfidence my dice as well, which has a much higher chance to roll higher than you getting rid of your die and potentially getting me more damage.
Well, you do have a 50% chance of rolling into damage, but regardless, you're going to leave me with being at 6 resources.
Which I think is not what you want to do with a vehicle deck, so we're just going to go ahead and overconfidence your 2 dice. And you get the resource anyway.
Yeah.
So that's how that works, kids.
All right. So I'm going to use Snoke's power action, which is my beer bottle cap, and I'm going to resolve this for 4 resources.
All right, here come them TIE fighters. I'm going to go ahead and drop down a Force Illusion on Vader.
All right, so I think we're going to go ahead and play a Hellfire Droid Tank for 4, dealing it indirect to you. I'm sure it's all going to go into Jawa.
Yep. Good old Jawa.
And then Hellfire's ability, he rolls himself in for a 2 blaster.
Not bad. At this point, I think that I'm going to go ahead and discard my hidden motive, because I really don't need the resources at the moment. I've got enough resources to pay for his foresight if I roll it, and I just need to get some damage. Need to get Thrawn out as fast as possible. So, and there's the damage.
This kind of forces me into a weird spot. Like, I really don't want to take that 3 free damage, because it's like I'm only have 1 vehicle on the board, though it is Hellfire turn 1 that's really strong. I don't want my life to be, I have 23 health, and then you're about to take me down to 6 damage turn 1. That's a little over 1/4 of my health gone. I don't really want that. So what I think I might do is it puts me in a weird spot.
Yeah, you're kind of safe to mitigate it, because I can't use his power action to discard and roll it back in.
But the only mitigation that I have is a 2 mitigation.
So yeah, that's kind of a hard call. And if it is a removal mitigation, you'll still take A damage, which is better than 3. But
right, but you're able to power action and roll it back in, and if you roll back,
I don't have a card. I believe you have to discard.
Oh, do you?
Removed, or you discard a card from your hand.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so that's what I was saying.
So yeah, I'm fine with that then. I'll be Gal to reroll
blanket and remove
it. Okay. And then I'll take 1 damage to Thrawn, I guess.
And do I choose? You may deal 1 damage to a character. Yep, I'll drop it on Thrawn. Well, since I ain't got any dice, I'll go ahead and claim.
Okay, now we'll do. Yeah, that's dumb. I'm always kidding.
No, you can put it on the Jawa.
No, that's dumb.
He didn't do anything to you.
I'm going to go ahead and discard my attack formation, because I'm going to pass.
Alright. And we'll move on to the next round. I've got 1 damage on Jawa, 2 damage on Vader, and 4 damage on his Thrawn.
Alright, I'm drawing hot garbage. Hot garbage.
Hot. Alright, so I think our first action with this hand is going to be just to go ahead and roll Papa Vader in and get him in.
He's so strong.
Dropping that 3 damage like it's hot. There's really not a bad side on Vader's die. You're happy with all of them but the blank.
I'm going to go ahead and play Force Illusion.
Gets that Force Illusion down. That's kind of depressing. But
and if you guys wonder why I went ahead and played Force Illusion, because he obviously can re-roll or whatever the situation is, Fortune on the Jackalmen site has also written the 5 golden rules, and number 1 is always play your defensive cards first, because you never know what kind of trickery shenanigans will cost you the game.
Right, we'll go ahead and deal the 3 to Thrawn.
And I will see. Okay, so here's a weird situation. I played this strictly for that. But in this deck, man, it's really hard to want to Force Illusion a big thing because I don't have my TIE Fighters.
The entire point of your deck is TIE Fighters, and if you don't have them in your hand and on the board, dropping them out really hurts your deck. So
yeah, so it's really I'm going to rip my soul.
That's a good one. And
black
black 2.
Okay.
So it could have been worse, but it definitely was not good.
I say it hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and, as I have foreseen, to look at your hand again.
You've got some really good choices here. So.
All right, so as Rise Again, Hidden Motive, The Price of Failure, a Lightsaber Pull, and Beguile. So with my ambush action, I'm going to roll in Thrawn, and I think I'm going to call 0 and get rid of The Price of Failure.
Yep.
I feel like that's the way to go because I don't want.
That's definitely the right play.
I definitely don't want him punching me in the face like that. That's super disgusting. And I rolled a blink and a double focus.
Okay, so in that case, we'll go ahead and get some use out of Jawa and roll him in.
Probably not.
We'll see. Oh, look at that 2 damage side. Jawa coming in.
Rip. I'm going to roll in Papa Snoke.
You got some good focuses.
I do.
You can focus to double focus to 4 resources again if you really wanted to. But it's in my hand. So, something that I've been trying to work with Eric on as a previous Thrawn player myself is to always quiz him on what his opponent has in his hand after he looks at it. So, I have 4 cards left. What are they?
Okay. I know you have Hidden Motive. I know you have a Lightsaber Pull. I know you have a... Oh, shit.
Yeah. Can you at least tell me the resource costs?
I do know it was different than 0.
Yeah.
One of them was a 1 cost.
That would be incorrect.
Oh, it's wrong?
All right. So we'll just go ahead and say that you failed that quiz.
All right, well.
All right. So you rolled in. I'm going to go ahead and drop 2 damage from Jawa.
Rip. I'm going to go ahead and power action. Well, not power action, but... Sorry.
Focus to double focus to money.
Yeah. Kind of force you to mitigate.
And we will go ahead and do that with a Beguile.
That's what it was.
Beguile. That's what it was. So
blink remove.
Yep, blink remove.
We're gonna roll in Hellfire Door Tank. 2 indirect. And by the way, guys, so we're going to play a match, and then we're gonna switch decks, and I'll play Vader, and he'll play this deck, and he'll show me because he's a former Thrawn player, so you'll be able to see, and we'll also be able to learn more about the decks.
Mind you, former Thrawn player was like when Way of the Four or Legacies first came out at a GQ last year, so it's been a minute, but we'll see how I do. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and take the 2 shields on Vader from his die.
Interesting. Going to discard a reroll.
I will power action to gain a resource, and I'll spot a neutral character to take another action. With that other action, I am going to pass. Lots of disrupt. So he's only got 1 card left in his hand. It's probably a vehicle or something that he really doesn't want to get rid of. If he does discard to reroll and he gets money, then he doesn't have anything to play this turn, so I'm not too upset. If I pass and he claims and he goes first, then I'm at a disadvantage because he's also got the power action here. So at this point, I think that I'm okay with just claiming and seeing what he does.
Well, you're correct. It's an unbarred hover tank, but I'm going to discard it because I don't want to just leave these 2 dice out there without getting value. With Thrawn, even if he rolls back into the disrupt, I'm okay with it because I don't want you to have that extra resource. And
Thrawn didn't get you anything super good, but you do get some damage off with the hover tank at least.
Yeah, I'm going to focus it to the 3, and I have the 1 to pay for it, so we'll do 3 there.
Okay. Knock 2 on my shields and take Vader to 3 damage.
So another play for guys that don't because we have a lot of people that play at our locals that play mostly trilogies and stuff, and they don't have a lot of info on like cards like Force Illusion. What James also could have done there was deal 2 to his shields and then Force Illusion 1 away, because that is an action that you can do.
But Vader's already at such
Right.
like little damage. I figure I can take A damage from my shields.
Yeah. That's no problem at all.
All right.
So hopefully we get there this turn.
So we're starting to get to the point where
I'm
I
so
think.
sad. Right?
Did you get some TIE fighters?
No.
No. Rest in peace, boy. All right.
What's going on, man?
So I'm getting to the point where I think that I can start spending some extra money. I don't think that I have to be afraid of him. I think that now is when he's going to start mitigating my dice, if he's ever going to mitigate them, is what I'm trying to say. So the card that I just drew is going to be really useful. We'll go ahead and power action on Theed, because free action and money, why not? Spot Jawa to take another action. Then I will drop down to Resilient on Vader. So Resilient's a triggered ability. Anytime he mitigates one of my dice, I can trigger it to roll that dice back in.
Going to roll in Thrawn. I'm going to call 0.
Okay.
From my previous knowledge. I know at least lightsaber throws in there, and I don't want to see at this point of the game, because you have the resources to be able to just get out his saber, and that's really what I don't like. That would really
You've got 2 good choices at 0. You can either make sure that I don't get my resources out, or you can get rid of my 1 mitigation card.
I'm not really worried about that 1 mitigation card. It is hidden motive. I'm gonna get rid of your lightsaber pool.
Sounds like a plan.
I feel like that's safer for me, like damage wise, because right now I don't really care if you're playing defensive against me. I need to prevent as much damage from you as possible while trying to come back in the game.
Alright, Papa Vader's coming in. Papa Vader rolled the 2 resources and the 4 for 1 damage side.
Well, pucker your butt, dude. So I'm in a weird spot here. Statistically, I've been through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So 13 cards are left in my deck. 4 of them are TIE fighters. Do I want to... I don't think, like, number-wise, it's worth Force Illusioning a 4 away.
If you've got a Force Illusion in your hand, no, I don't think so.
Yeah.
You'll definitely hit at least 1, maybe 2 TIE fighters.
And then it just kind of goes downhill from there. I think instead... How many cards are in your hand?
3.
You have 3 cards?
And do you know what they are?
Yeah, 2 Rise Agains and a Hidden Motive.
There you go, you passed.
Yeah, boy. So I think what I can try to do is kind of get out of the 4-ish kind of thing, because I can mitigate it, but you'll lose it. You can power action or you can resilience. Regardless, it has a chance to be able to roll in. And you only have a 1 in 6 chance of rolling that 4 again. And I'm fine with whatever. The 4 puts him at 2 health, and even if you roll a 3, that has to roll a 3 or a 4 or something like that. So I'm going to pay 1. I'm going to play Imposing Presence. Remove an opponent's die if they have 3 or fewer cards in hand, or remove 2 of them if they have no cards in hand. So I'll go ahead and remove the 4 for 1.
Okay, I'll deal a damage to Thrawn for you removing it.
Yes, sir.
And then I'll trigger Resilient to roll it back in.
Come on, blanks. Bliss.
Hey, that bliss. Right.
You heard it. Bliss.
Jawa's coming in.
We're at 2.
That bless, then double blanks.
Boy. All right. So I think we need to take advantage of this now and roll in Papa Snoke. Ooh.
And he got the focuses that he needs.
Ooh.
All right. So at this point, he knows what's in my hand. If I ever get to a point where I could pull off a Rise Again for a lot of health, he's just going to throw it away anyway. So I think I'm going to go ahead and get rid of one of them and see what I can get with Vader. All right, we got a good bit of damage. We got 4 for 1, a 2 on Vader, and then a 1 from the Jawa. That Jawa's coming in clutch.
I have to do it now?
Yep. You have to mitigate now, otherwise Thrawn's dead and you have no resources.
I have to play the Force Illusion.
All right. So we'll go ahead and drop the 4 for 1. Do you block 4 or do you block 2?
I block the 4.
There goes one TIE Fighter. 2 TIE Fighters out. I still think that was the right call, but...
Well, I did the math, and I was like, even if I took the 2...
That 1 would kill you.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Alright, and then we'll go ahead and take the 2. And it's your turn.
We're going to double focus to double resources.
So many resource ditties. So at this point, I can't really keep him from gaining at least 4 resources, which gets him both of the other TIE Fighters in the deck, if he's got one in his hand. So I think I let him just go ahead and take the resources, and keep my mitigation card for anything that he might be able to play. So I'm going to go ahead and drop another damage to Thrawn.
I'm going to power action Thrawn for 4.
At that 1 health. Alright, I will pass.
We'll gain my other 2 resources, puts me at 6.
Pass again.
I'm going to play a black 2 for 3. Deals 1 indirect to you.
Putting it on Jawa, so he's now at 2 damage.
Okay.
Keep passing.
Okay. I'm going to play a Barbarian Hover Tank, deal another indirect.
Jawa's now at 3 damage.
You're going to just keep passing?
And yeah, at least until something good comes out. Pass. Pass.
What the I swear to God, if this rolls a 2 indirect. I mean, not 2 indirect, but you know what I mean.
Alright, cards in hand?
I have 1.
1. You do have a focus, so you have a chance to reroll. I'm gonna pass again.
Pitch. Now, see, do I go ahead and pitch all of them here? I mean, reroll all of them? Because 1 focus isn't super
1 focus
good.
isn't going to get you too far right now. I also have a Force Illusion.
Yeah.
If you reroll that, you have
I want to see
2 indirect, a
any of
1
these 3
focus, a
sides
2
are fine.
focus, and even a resource isn't horrible.
No.
So you've got 4 out of 6 sides that are good on there. If you reroll.
Even if I hit the disrupt, like it still, you know.
Yeah.
I think it's okay to reroll all of them.
And you hit the disrupt, which isn't the best side, but at least, like you said, it gets rid of my money. So I am going to go ahead and use my mitigation. Right, you have no money though.
I don't.
You do have that though.
I do.
You can't reroll. So all right, we'll go ahead and hidden motive, and we'll say ranged.
So I will. Is it worth it to just claim?
So if you don't claim, you gain a resource and a shield, and I get rid of a resource. If you do claim, you'll gain a resource next turn, and I keep a resource. So I'll be at 3, you'll be at 3. And the only thing that you'll be losing out on is a shield, or me being at 2.
I'm not gonna lie, that confused the fuck out of me.
So if you claim,
Right.
we'll both end up with 3 resources.
Yeah.
And you will, but if you don't claim, I will end up with 4 resources. You'll end up with 3 resources and a shield. Or sorry, I'll still end up at 3 because you have.
So how will I end up with 3 resources?
If you don't claim, you'll get that.
Oh yeah.
Plus your 2 starting.
I thought you said if I did claim, I'd end up.
And if you did claim, you'll end up with 2 plus this.
But I don't have a neutral character.
The neutral
never
character
mind.
gives
It's
you the
just power
action.
action. Okay,
Yeah.
I got you.
I think claiming's probably the better choice.
I'm about to say, I think it's the better choice because not only does it give you an extra one, but it also, with Jawa not being dead, it also gives you like an action after that. So I'm just going to go ahead and claim the battlefield.
There you go. And then I'll pass.
Felt bad. I was for real when I killed Jawa. I was tired of the damn shenanigans.
Jawa's been pulling his weight, man. We'll see
Yes.
what happens. Alright, so pop quiz. What's left in my hand?
Can I see your discard?
You can.
Rise again.
There you go.
Alright, so, but you only have, get your resources, please.
Yes, resources are important.
going to go ahead and roll in, and I'm going to say 3.
Okay.
Because you've been through most of your... Fuck, man.
Double blinks on Thrawn. So I've got a Beguile, Force Strike, Rise Again, and Resilient. No 3s.
But that's not horrible, I guess.
Alright, we'll go ahead and throw in Mr. Vader himself. 4 damage and a 2 damage.
Just... We're going to probe.
Let's see. Well, that's fun. Literally everything but 1 card in my hand's an event, so you're definitely getting rid of 1 card. What are we getting rid of?
These 2.
These 2?
Yep.
Resilient and Rise Again. I keep the Resilient. Everything else is back in my hand. I'll go ahead and drop Thrawn and deal 4 to Snoke.
We're going to play probe.
Hey.
Everything that I needed was like at the bottom of my deck.
Yeah.
We'll go here and here.
Force Strike and Resilient.
Goddamn Resilient.
Alright, Jawa. Let's see what you got. Give me that 2 damage. Come on, baby. Nope. Disrupt's not bad. I'll take it, honestly.
I'm going to play a TIE Fighter.
Hey.
With Ambush, it's going to search out the other TIE Fighter. And you're gonna
Shuffle
take
your 2 cards.
3. You're going to take an indirect.
Yep. Old Jawa's going to get that indirect.
And with that, I'm going to power action. No, I'm not. That's dumb. I mean, no, I don't know. That could be the difference between you rolling and trying to reroll for damage. But I feel like you're okay with any value that you get with Jawa. So first, I'm going to get my dice.
Yeah, anything that Jawa does is good. I mean, he's just there. Use your ambush to roll in?
Yes, sir.
I will pass.
So you're waiting on the Beguile.
Pass again. I'll go ahead and pop Force Illusion on 3.
Yep. So that was I rolled a 3 indirect. Got rid of those Shotos.
A Shoto, an Ancient, and an Endurance. Pass. Pass.
I'm gonna deal the 1 here.
I'm okay with the 1 damage as long as I keep mitigation for the big card over there. Pass. Yep. Alright, so we'll go ahead and use Beguile, remove, and blank. You got it.
And I was about to say, so I knew that he had the Beguile in hand, so I knew it always feels bad to Beguile 1 to 2 dice, so I know he wasn't immediately going to Beguile, that's why I used this one last, because I knew that was the target. So I figured I'd be able to get at least the free 4 damage or pop the Force Illusion and everything.
Oh, hey, Snoke's still here.
Yep.
Whoops. Pass.
Curious. Discard or reroll.
Got that 2 focus, so I'll pass again.
Double focus to 2 indirect.
4 indirect.
4 indirect, sorry.
Okay. I am going to go ahead and claim.
Now we'll go ahead and deal the 4 indirect.
Okay. 3, 4. I'm going to put 1 on Jawa. Keep him alive for a second. And then 3 more on the Vader. I figure he can take some damage right now.
And so then I will pass. And we go here. So I'm liking, I got him to about half health. He's almost about to die. I'm not in a horrible situation besides I have no fucking cards in my hand. I mean, in my deck.
If only Vader had a 2 discard sign.
Right.
Alright. So first things first, power action. Gain a resource and a free action. Which is the reason I left Jawa alive one last time.
Yep. Here comes the Vader Saber.
I wish. I really wish.
Oh, you only play 1, so.
Yeah. And that's what the lightsaber pool's for. So I think that I follow golden rule number 1 and go ahead and drop my Force Illusion.
Understandable. I'm kind of in between some things, so I'm going to go ahead and roll in my hover tank for the 2.
Getting the 2's not bad.
So I feel like any damage that I really get needs to go into Vader. Like, that's at 1 damage, but Jawa's not really doing anything at this point in the game.
Vader's going to come in. Let's see. What health is Snoke at? He's got 4 damage on him out of 11.
7. He's at 7 health.
Potentially lethal. I did get 4 damage and 2 resources.
I feel like I have to do the. Oh, I don't know. Taking 4 puts me at 8, puts me at 3. So you have to pitch a card to re-roll.
I do have a resilient, so I won't have to pitch. Well, if you mitigate is what you were saying.
Talking about
okay.
mitigating.
Never mind what I'm saying then.
But I feel like this way that I don't. Yeah, I'm stupid. So I'm just gonna beguile.
Okay.
I'm going to blank 1 and remove 1.
Okay. Take a damage from retribution.
Yep.
I will trigger resilient to roll it back in.
Yep. And it worked out.
I am going to use Conflicted.
Oh god, that card's so good.
So re-roll a blue character dice. If it rolls damage, deal 2 damage. If it rolls anything else, gain 2 shields.
That's so retarded.
I gain 2 shields.
I'm okay with that. Going to roll in the TIE Fighter.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He needs 6 damage. Let's see what the Jawa can do for me.
Shit.
Absolute shit.
Just fucking nothing.
That was on a 2?
Yes,
Yep.
it was.
Alright, so we're going to go ahead and use...
Bitch, you already discarded the beguile. So I know you.
I'm going to go ahead
So I know you've already went through both Force Illusions, 2 Hidden Motives, 2 Beguiles, and an Overconfidence.
That's a lot of mitigation.
That is a lot.
So I'm tossing a Torment, which drew into the game late, and so not really helpful. So reroll, see what I can get. I got a 2-for-1 from the Jawa and a 4-for-1 from Vader.
So I feel like the play here is to go ahead and deal 1 to Jawa, so it's going to
remove the 2.
The 2. And I'd be fine with taking...
Alright, we'll go ahead and deal 4.
Puts me at 9, which leaves him at 2 health, which Vader has a 50% chance to roll into any fucking thing that can...
Did I use this power action this turn?
Yes.
Okay.
So that was the first thing you did.
That's right. You are correct.
Roll in my tank.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and discard a Resilient.
Come on, blanks. Bless.
3 damage.
Alright, well. Gonna deal 4 damage to Vader.
Block 2 of it.
2 and then 2.
Take 2 on shields. And then deal 3 to kill Snoke off.
And that'll be the first game.
Good game. Alright guys, so I'm going to cut the video here and then we'll pick up the next video as we're starting the next round.
Do you like talking about Star Wars Destiny? Then join the Jackalmen Games Discord. Hit the link below and join today.